Hey, what's going on, guys? Like Butter here, and today I got a Division video because I want to talk about the Year 2 announcement that happened a couple of days ago during a special report on the Division game Twitch channel. I made a video a couple days ago kind of hyping it up because there was potential for huge announcements to be released on that live stream. And before I get into that, I do want to talk about this Asher assignment here. This is a new assignment that I think is active for this week. Basically, you have to go and find this this rogue agent, which kind of blew my mind because once you see me go underground here and actually find this person, it's an Isaac assignment, which happens here and there, not nearly enough. And you get like the Asher outfit, which I think is like a maroonish beanie or like a brown beanie or something like that. And I thought that this little side mission, little side quest, little assignment was awesome. I really wish they would do more things like this on a weekly basis. Give us some little small things to do that are a little bit different each day. Basically what they did is they spawned a hunter AI with like I actually blew my mind when I went around the corner. I was expecting a cleaner. I was expecting, an LMB. No, it was actually like a rogue agent that looked just like the players do when you come across them in Dark Zone. And I thought it would be so cool if they did more things like this in the future. Like, why can't they put AI, like put the hunters in the Dark Zone? Give us, like, spice some stuff up. I just don't get why, if they're gonna do stuff like that, like, they could have made that assignment so much better. All they did was just kind of put one of those agents underground. Think about how cool it would have been if it was like 2 or 3 of them, and there was also like, other NPCs around that you had to clear out or something. I don't know. I feel like they could have done so much more with small little things like that that could have changed the outlook people have on this game. And right now the Division is not in a good place because the Year 2 announcement was not what people were looking for. They announced that there's going to be 2 free content updates, and I do understand and I do respect that free is awesome, but I think I much rather would have had like a Year 2 season pass and have them just completely blow us out of the water with the amount of content that they give us. And like, I couldn't help but feel a little bit disappointed when they said they're just going to have 2 free content updates. They said that there's going to be no new stuff, like no, level cap increase, which doesn't mean gear score increase. They'll probably increase the gear score, I would think. What level cap increase means is like, when you first make a character and you level them up to level 30 and then you have gear score, which is essentially level but not really. There's not going to be any like story expansion with new missions and new things to do to level up to 40. That's completely off the table, and it kind of just seemed like the attitude of the devs that were there didn't seem very like interested or excited or really didn't really care at all for the Year 2 announcement. And I think that there's only one explanation of why they are doing such light updates in Year 2, and I think that's because Division 2 is going to be released next year. I'm not kidding. I know it may seem too soon, but I'm going to explain to you guys why I think Division 2 is going to drop next year. So there are 4 Ubisoft studios that are continually working on the Division. You have Massive Entertainment, you have Red Storm, you have this team that I really haven't heard too much about, which apparently is Annecy, and also we have Reflections, who did the Underground expansion. Now, how is it possible that we have 4 different studios working on the Division, but we've gotten such little amounts of content? The amount of time and effort of these teams has to be put into Division 2 right now. I think Division 2 might have been in the works for almost over a year now. I think the second that the Division came out, they were already working on the Division 2, and they took small portions of each team to work and maintain the Division 1. So the content announcement for Year 2, it really seems like they're just kind of content with where the game is right now. They're not really trying to strive to, bring in a bigger audience. Somebody said on Twitter, and I think this is a really good way of looking at it, they're kind of just putting the Division 1 on cruise control for the rest of this year. Maybe because they don't want to compete with Destiny. Maybe they thought if they did huge content drops this year that, Destiny 2 would completely blow them out of the water. With the live stream, if you guys saw the other day where they were announcing the Age of Triumph update, which is basically just taking all the old raids and putting them up to level 390, and I believe there's like old weapons, seasonal weapons coming back and stuff. It's basically Destiny 1's last hurrah, and then I think we're going to get Destiny 2 later in the year. And maybe they just, like Ubisoft, made the decision to not compete with Destiny 2 this year. However, that is not the way that I would have done it. What I would have done is completely blown everyone's mind in year 2. Now, even if the Division 2 is coming out next year, why not give us an amazing year of content? The reason I'm so excited for Destiny 2 is because I sat here and watched Bungie continually update their game and support their game and make it better and add new content and keep people interested for 3 years. Now, I know going into Destiny 2 that the developers are going to stick with their game and they're going to push it forward. And if it has bumps in the road, they're going to get over those bumps and they're going to give the community what they want. When Destiny 1 first came out, I was absolutely not interested. I played it for a couple of weeks and got bored. I honestly thought that the whole engram system was terrible. You could get like a rare item in a legendary engram, and it was all messed up. And I just thought that there was just no replayability, nothing really interesting me in the game. And after the first update and the second update for Destiny was so low on content, I decided to never ever look at the game again until years later. And then I went back and I tried the Taken King, and I got the Rise of Iron. I got all the new DLC that was offered, and I got to see how far Destiny has come in just a couple of years, and that there holds more weight to me than any type of advertisement or promises that developers can make, because we actually got to see it happen. We got to see them support their game and continually update it to give people, both hardcore and the casual players, something to look forward to every single month. And honestly, like I said, that holds more weight to me than anything else. So if I was Ubisoft, what I would have done is I would have made the year 2 content absolutely mind-blowing. Add story missions, add gear score increase, tons of new weapons, tons of new gear sets, just new things, new ways to play the game. I know they're adding things like patches, which is cool because you're gonna be able to customize your character for doing certain amount of things. They talked about adding feats as well, where it's just achievements, and seasons, which I think is a good idea too. Just like Diablo, where you feel like you can continually get content even if nothing new is added to the game, by having these seasons and giving people rewards depending on how much they played that season or the things that they've done in those seasons. And I think that's great, but I think if it's not alongside any other new interesting content, that the game's not going to grow. The Division is not going to grow in year 2. I'm very, very disappointed with the decision they made. Obviously, it's their decision. I mean, they're a company. They thought that working on the Division 2 was more beneficial. Maybe it is. Maybe there's like an updated version of the engine that they're working on where it's kind of restraining them from doing a lot of the things they want to do. And maybe with that new updated version of the Snowdrop engine, they can do all the things that they ever wanted. And that maybe is what they're doing for the Division 2. And maybe they just feel like the Division is too far gone. It has too much of a tarnished name at this point. I mean, it's had so many bumps in the roads, but it still has a community that loves it. And I think that the potential of the Division is endless. The amount of things they could have done if they did raids in this game and added, you know, new story missions and just new loot and just had a level cap increase. There's so many things they could have done to make this game extremely interesting in the long run. But now, like, when the Division 2 gets announced for next year, or maybe it's early 2019, I really think it's going to be next year. There's no way you have 4 studios all working on a game for 2 years when they've already been through it. Now, I know you can say, oh, the Division 1 took 5 years, but there wasn't 4 studios working on the Division 1 the entire time. I believe it started off with just Massive and Red Storm, maybe? I could be wrong, but it wasn't like, there was not 4 studios working on it all at one time. I just don't know what they could have been done. Like, if you look at the amount of content that's came out with like the DLC and stuff, like Survival is absolutely fantastic. I really like Last Stand. I think it's a fun game mode. And I did like Underground too, but there's no way the amount of content that we got for the year 1 content in the Division took 4 studios to do that. So without a doubt, Division 2 is going to be coming out at the end of next year or the beginning of 2019. But I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like it would have been better to kind of just blow everyone's socks off with the year 2 content, prove to everyone that this game has gotten better, because it has. Like, the time to kill is better. Of course, there's still existing bugs, but if you look at where this game was a year ago, bugs-wise, it's unbelievably a million times better, without a doubt. And I think they really could have flexed their muscles this year, seeing that, we're probably not going to get Destiny 2 till the end of the year, which gave them almost like 6 to 8 months of just time to shine. I mean, I'm sure there's Destiny players out there that are just looking for something to hold themselves over until Destiny 2. And I think there was a really good opportunity here for the Division to shine and branch out to new audiences and new players and really excel like the way that I know it deserves. So this year 2 announcement, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the game is going to get enough support. Now, I'm not blaming the devs. I absolutely love the devs at Massive and Red Storm. I've made a lot of friends, and they work very hard. But if they're not getting the resources and they're not getting the okay from Ubisoft to make certain decisions, well, they can't really do much besides listen. The publishers have the say and most of the things that happen, not decisions being made on the game specifically, but when it comes down the line, if Ubisoft thinks it's better to release Division 2 rather than support Division 1, that's just what they're going to have to do. So I really appreciate, like, all the devs and everyone that have become so close to their content creators and their community in general. I just respect them so much, but unfortunately, I don't think this game is going to get enough support for it to remain my main game. So I'm going to be posting a lot of variety content here on my channel. I'm actually going to be playing when Age of Triumph comes out. I didn't play any of the raids besides King's Fall. I didn't play the new one. I didn't play Vault of Glass, which apparently is like the best one. And I didn't play the second raid. I forget what it's called. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but there's no way I'm going to remember. So I'm going to have a lot of content to play there. I've been enjoying Wildlands. I'm going to be playing Zelda here soon. And, there's a lot of games that I'm going to have to move to keep, my channel alive and to keep my job active, because unfortunately, I think that Division is going to stay really, attractive to super casual players who just don't have the time to put into other looter shooters or loot games in general, like, Diablo or I don't know, World of Warcraft or anything like that. It's going to be a place where they can come and they can get geared up and they can get the best loot in the game by not playing it like nearly as much as I feel like you should have to. And I'm just not one of those players. Like, I'm a full-time YouTube and live streamer, and I think I need to really move to some other games. So I'm still going to be covering the Division. I'm still going to be doing updates and giving you guys videos here and there, but it is not going to remain my main game unless they somehow the first content drop that happens in the summer is fantastic and it has tons of content, then I'll consider it again, but it's not looking good for the future. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys understand. If you agree with me, That's awesome. If you don't agree with me, let me know in the comment section below what you think. Obviously, I am very, very happy that, you know, we're getting year 2 content for free, and I'm grateful for that. It's just, I would have rather, you know, dropped $50 or $40 on a season pass and have them give us buttloads of content in year 2 rather than just get free content updates that feel like they're just shuffling the content that's already in the game around rather than giving us new stuff. But that's just my opinion on it. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.